making a ball today. Got lost in the ballinaise. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I hope you had a really good Christmas and I hope you're excited about getting back on the bike this winter because this video is going to help you do that. I'm not going to lie, today is not the best time to be filming this because I did plan to go on my bike this morning, looked at the wind and was like, just not feeling it. And I'm also a bit fluey again, which I do not deserve because I've already paid my dues with a cold this Christmas. So I don't know what's wrong. I eat tons of vegetables. It's not fair. But I thought instead of biking, I actually did do a little watt bike, so I didn't completely cop out. I would do the next best thing and motivate myself to get back out this winter and hopefully help you guys. Because I know a lot of my followers are fairly new to cycling, so there's a good chance this is their first winter. Or just a lot of people do tend to put the bike in the garage for the whole of winter, hibernate, and then get it back out for summer. But we all know that's really painful when you get back on it, so it's best to get those winter miles up, enjoy the cafe rides, the less serious training, and yeah, just hopefully get a bit stronger in the process. So I thought I would give you my favourite kit, what I like to wear, your basic essentials, and maybe some few that you didn't really think that you would need but are really key to surviving a winter, because it is going to get colder. I'm afraid to say it, if you're a UK follower, it's going to get colder. I think February and March will be our worst months with Thrones. Anyway, I wrote notes because I'm really forgetful. So I'm going to go in with our unexpected items, which are key. Okay, cling film. The stuff that you wrap like open food products in, like actual cling film. That is really good for wrapping your feet in. Obviously boot covers are great and good socks are great and good winter shoes are great. Well, just shoes are great. But cling film is really good for keeping the wind out. So I have my socks, then I wrap my feet in cling film and maybe put another sock on, like thin layers I go for. My shoes and then my boot covers. I actually really suffer with Raynaud's in my feet, so I do everything I possibly can to keep them warm. Cling film is really up there, and obviously it's like the cheapest piece of kit you could ever buy. So that's number one, cling film. Number two, you might not think this is a really important one, but I'm putting this on unexpected essentials, is a snood. So you know, like just those like things that you put around your neck and then you can double them up as a headband. I really suffer with earaches. I always wear a headband, and snoods are just really good because you can just roll them up or then put them down here, cover your full face when you first start and you're freezing and look like a ninja. They're just really good piece of kit, and obviously you can use them running and just like skiing or just when it's cold. They're really cheap. You can get them, well, Liv do some really nice ones, and then I use the, there's like a running brand, Buff. And I just use any old ones, and some races give you them as well, so a snood is up there for me at number two. Number three, I don't know if it's really that unexpected, but boot covers. I always forget them and they are so important to keeping your feet warm. I would really recommend getting the big thick like neoprene ones. A lot of brands do like the autumn kind of range, and let's be honest, like if your feet are cold, you need the good stuff. So I actually can't tell you any brands because I don't know what mine are, but good thick boot covers, that like wetsuit material, that's what you need. This one I would say is unexpected in terms of keeping you warm. Mud guards on your bike. If you invest and sort on your bike and get it kitted out for winter, or you might be lucky enough to have a separate winter bike, get mud guards, because having a cold bum that's wet when it all like drips down your bum, oh, it's freezing. I'm cold just thinking about it. So mud guards is my unexpected number four. I put gloves on here, which is ridiculous because everyone would expect you to wear gloves. But whilst we're already on the topic, I would recommend, even though they're all inside out because I'm a tramp, these gloves, I don't know if you can see them very well. These are, I'm probably saying it wrong, the Norsa women's long finger gloves by Liv. I mean, I feel like they're potentially mountain biking gloves. They're so thick, like I genuinely can't move my fingers, it's a struggle. But my hands are never cold in these, and I always suffered with cold hands. So these are like my, I mean, I'm skipping straight to like your basics section, but these, yes. Yeah, so they're my unexpected essentials, and I'm going to go to your basic slash, if you're on a budget, what you kind of need. So if you are on a big budget and you don't really want to spend much on your winter kit, I'm guessing you've already got your summer kit, you've got shorts. Instead of investing in long pants, which obviously you only use half the year, I would recommend, getting some leg warmers. Leg warmers are obviously going to be cheaper than full bottoms. I think full bottoms you're talking at like 70 to 100 pounds. These, I think they're about, I've got it written down, these are £34.99, so obviously a lot cheaper, and you just whip them on underneath your shorts and you can whip them off. Obviously in summer you don't need them. So this is if you're kind of on a budget, but obviously you don't want your like little legs to be like chicken freezing cold, so you do need to get something. So this is if you're on a budget. Like, I do think they're great anyway. Like, sometimes I prefer biking shorts than these than long ones. But that would be my basic. Then I would say top half you need to be layering, so you actually don't need to spend much money here, because you can literally use like old thermals that your mum used to make you wear, or like ski thermals, or just long sleeve tops, like preferably ones that can breathe. So maybe if you're a runner, you've got some running ones. But I use, like, I don't have like proper cycling branded ones. Like, obviously you can get them, but to save spending more money, I already had these ski thermals. These are actually Sweaty Betty last year. They've got some really nice prints this year. But I use things like this, and they've got a neck on them, and they're really thin, breathable, but so warm, and they're thermal. But I think layering is key. So you don't actually need to spend money here. You've probably got something lying around, and I would just layer a few things up before you then put your jacket on, which is my next basic essential. If you are on a budget and you do not want like an autumn jacket, you do not want like a dry winter, a wet winter, a wind day jacket, because there's one for everything, like there really is. You know what cycling's like, it's the most expensive sport in the world. I would just go straight for your rain jacket and layer up underneath that with all your thermals. So my rain jacket, it's very pink. This one's waterproof. Obviously it's Liv, because I'm just obsessed. This one is the Delphin. So yeah, if you are on a budget and you're only going to get one jacket, make it a waterproof one and layer up underneath it. Yeah, and then obviously I've already said the gloves, but the gloves are my third one. So you just really need some leg warmers, layering it up, a good rain jacket, good gloves, and hopefully some shoe covers or cling film or lots of layered socks. Like, that's your absolute minimum with your mud guards. It's still gonna rack up to quite a bit. Hopefully you can kind of put things together and you might be able to borrow whatever, but that's what you need. Snood, like, it's not an absolute essential, but they're just so good, like little things. And I kind of forgot this, but another essential which you should already have is either a headband or a cap. Like, if your ears are warm, the rest of you is going to be warmer. They're the first things to get cold. So that is what I would say as my essentials. Now I'm going to go on to what I'm currently loving and what I like to ride in at the minute. So I had to write them all down because I would forget. So this one is actually a wind jacket. This one, I can't say it, but it's Zoria, I don't know. It's Liv as well, by the way. So it doesn't say that this is waterproof, but I've been rained on in it and I've stayed dry. So I go with this as like my other one, and it's a good wind jacket, and I just really like the print. So I if it's really, really cold, I'll wear that long sleeve thermal underneath. Then I will wear, moving on, this is my current favourite jersey, and it's kind of like a jacket as well, so it depends how cold you are. Obviously you can take layers off. So there's this one, and they've also got the new race day one. So these are both, this is the Flara thermal, and then there's also the race day thermal. I might link these all below if anyone's interested, but these are what I love because they're really warm, but they're still really thin to layer. And then if it's really cold or wet, I put the wind jacket or rain on top of these. So yeah, I just really love the colour of this because it's like metallic, and blue's my favourite colour. But the race day one's really pretty as well because it's got pink bits and black, and it's just like, I've got the matching socks and like shorts and cap, and when I wear it, I just think, God, I just look boss. What else? Current favourites. Oh yes. So I do go long bottoms most of the time, but I'm really fussy with the ones I use. Liv do have some ones that I've tried before, but they're a bit too like hipster, not as in like trendy, but not saying they're not, but not as in like, you know, Shoreditch hipster, like as in on your hips. And I need a bit of high-waisted in my life because my back gets cold, it just rides down, and I've got that horrible white bit of back hanging out. So these ones, what are these called? These are called, oh, so there's these ones, I think these are the Fiso, and then there's also the Flara and the thermal tights, and they're the two that are high-waisted. So I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Fiso and Flara are the ones I would recommend if you are going to live for your long bottoms, because the high-waisted ones keep your back a bit warmer. The gloves I mentioned that I love, they're the ones that I wear. I always wear a snood, always, well, a headband and a snood really, because, you know, you can never be too warm. Well, you can, it actually is really uncomfortable if you're warm. Sorry, I'm really rambling. But yeah, they are my absolute basics. And like I said before, mud guards are really important. And also you really piss people off if you are riding in a group and you don't have mud guards on. Just take your bike to a local bike shop, they'll kind of kit you out with it. But if you're riding in front of someone and you don't have mud guards on, it splatters them, so then they end up with like a speckled, muddy face, and you won't be asked back to ride with people. So they're kind of like my essentials and kit, and some of my favourites, and what I would, if you're treating yourself, get. I'll put the links below. But it's also just kind of like mindset, like it's not actually as bad once you're out. If you get wet, you do sit cold, you don't warm up, so I would really avoid wearing non-waterproof clothes. But yeah, it's actually, I have to remind myself, because here I am sat inside in the warmth, not riding my bike when I should be. But it isn't that bad, and I have done maybe 4 winters now, like good solid winters, biking pretty much every weekend apart from when it's really icy. And it's not bad, and it's so much more enjoyable because it's so chilled. You can go get a coffee. Like, not many people have early season races. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you do. But, you know, it's not about going out and going fast. It's about just being social, getting the miles in your legs, building up that base, having good coffee stops, nice bits of cake. Yeah, and it does make all the difference having the right kit. So I hope you found that helpful. I'm sorry I'm a bit, like, full of cold and just think I'm rambling a bit too much, but yeah, I will see you on the next video, and I hope you enjoy some nice wintry rides and you're not too cold.